The cost of procrastination is the life you could have lived. I actually, believe it or not, used to be very disorganized. I used to not have a schedule. I didn't plan anything, and it got me nowhere. It is one of the best and easiest ways to start and form a new habit is most people are busy, but they are not necessarily productive. Those are two different things. Now, when we look at productivity, the two main killers are procrastination and distractions. So today we're going to be diving into how to actually be productive and stop procrastinating over the things that you know you should be doing. Welcome back to Highest and Best. My name is Carys, and this is where we talk about how to elevate your life, unlock your full potential, and become the highest and best version of you. Today, we are diving into how to be productive. Like, I'm talking actually be productive. I've got some great advice because productivity is something that a lot of people struggle with. And there is one quote that I want to start this episode with, and it stuck with me since I learned it years and years ago. And it is, the cost of procrastination is the life you could have lived. When I say that I heard that and it struck me to my soul, oh my goodness, that phrase right there, I read it to myself every single morning. And if you feel like procrastination is something that you struggle with, then hopefully there are some great tips and resources in this episode that will help you in order to break out of that lazy era and get stuff done. I hope you enjoy this episode. And if you do, then please feel free to share with anyone who you feel like it would help. My goal here is to be a tool and a resource in order for you to become the best version of you and fully reach your full potential in life. If you're watching this on YouTube, then hit the subscribe button, join the family, and leave a comment down below. Okay, now the first thing we're going to dive into is utilizing time blocking and scheduling. Now, if you know me, if you watch any of my content, if you've heard me talk, or if you know me in real life, you will know that I am a schedule everything, plan things to the T kind of person. But I was not born this way. It was learned over a long period of time. I actually, believe it or not, used to be very disorganized. I used to not have a schedule. I didn't plan anything, and it got me nowhere. So when I started to learn about how to actually be productive, schedule, build a routine, I learned about habit stacking, it completely changed my life. And so I realized how important it is to time block and schedule in order to actually be productive. So let me break down a few different ways that you can do this. Now, I am a pen and paper person to the most part. When it comes to my planner, I have a yearly planner, which I recommend everybody have. It's broken down by month, by day, and then every single day is time blocked. So I can go and fill in not just the things that I need to do, but I will break down in my schedule every single day, broken in how much time I have to do a certain task. Then from there, I will then every single morning have a priorities list. This list are things that need to get done throughout the day. So I have my day time blocked with those certain things I need to do. And then the priority list are the things I need to do within that day. Now, you may also be a pen and paper person, but if you're not, then utilize some sort of digital calendar. This could be on your phone. This could be a Google Calendar, but make sure you're blocking out certain times that you know you need to be doing things and stick to that. There's an app that I love called Structured, and it's basically a digital version of like a time blocking app where you can go and fill in different things that you need to do, and it will give you notifications when the next task is ready to go. So you know that basically through your phone, if you prefer that digital one, when things are starting and when things are ending throughout the day. Now, on the list that you have for your priorities, the things you need to be doing every single day, how I want you to structure this is based on ranking. You have your highest priority things listed first. Now, usually I have between 3 and 5 things that are on my high priority section of my priorities list. And these 3 to 5 things, these are gonna be, if you got nothing else done today except for these 3 to 5 items, that day is successful. So those high priority ones are gonna be first. Those are the things that may be hard conversations, it may be lead generation, it may be phone calls you need to make, it may be something within your job that you have, it may be your job in general that needs to get done at the start of the day. And then the things at the bottom of the list, those are other tasks. Those are things that if it doesn't get done, it's okay. It could roll over to tomorrow. But those high priority, those are non-negotiable. They have to get done. Now, when you are looking at your schedule and you're looking at your calendar, I want you to schedule intentional breaks. This is where, when I was first dabbling in time blocking, I was time blocking everything, like to the T, end one task, start another, from when I woke up to the end of the day. However, life happens in the world of real estate as well. You get phone calls that, come throughout the day that take up your time. You get emails that you have to put fires out, and you have to do this, you have to do that. And when that happens, you have to be able to be a little bit flexible. So as well as your regular time blocking, you want to have intentional breaks where you're stopping, pausing. Maybe there's little things that you can catch up on here and there, eat, drink some water, and then get back to work. But you also want to add in some flex time. So this is basically where things may need to be rolled over, things may need to be caught up on, emails, phone calls, all of that. So it's not having every single task filled out by 10, 15 minutes. You could have bigger blocks within your schedule, but make sure that you're having a little bit of a break here and there so that you can then get back on track and continue getting the things done from your list. The second tip I have for you to actually be productive is to build your habits. Now, most of what you do every single day is formed by a habit, whether it is good or whether it is bad. So when you are looking at your day right now and you're thinking, I want to be more productive, I want to get more done, you have to look at what is having an impact on your life, because it could be a habit that you've built not intentionally and it is not good. It is not serving you. So when you're looking at your habits, good or bad, you need to figure out how you can break the bad ones and build the good ones. Now, if we're going off the last point and we are looking at how to be more productive using time blocking, and you're building that priority sheet, that can be a habit. You can build up the habit that every single night before bed, you sit and you write out your priorities list for the next day. Maybe you sit and you do that after dinner. Maybe you sit and you do it before you brush your teeth at night. But building that as a habit into your schedule kills 2 birds with 1 stone, because you're getting your priorities list done, you're building a good habit, but it also means that when you wake up the next day, you have got your list, you're ready to go, you've got your non-negotiables, and you can start working. This is why I love habit stacking. Habit stacking changed my life, because every time I've tried to implement a new habit into my life, I stack it onto something else I'm already doing. It is one of the best and easiest ways to start and form a new habit, is to stack it onto something that you've already got as a habit. Now, an example of habit stacking, when I wanted to start reading on a daily basis, I kind of did it here and there, but I wanted to start doing it every single day into a non-negotiable habit. What I started doing was, when I get home from the gym, I make my shake. It's protein powder, collagen powder, and L-glutamine. I mix that up, and then I sit and I read while I drink that. So instead of me implementing reading here and there throughout the day, different days, and a little bit here, one day nighttime, one day morning, I said, what am I doing every single day? Non-negotiable. I'm drinking my shake after the gym. So instead of me just walking around and getting stuff ready while I'm drinking that, I sit, I have my shake, and I read. And ever since I started that, I've been reading every single day. So to go back onto how this can help you with habit stacking or to be more productive, The more habits that you have that are building a successful routine, the more that you will stop procrastinating and the more that you will stop getting distracted. At the end of the day, we're always building habits in our lives, whether they are good or whether they are bad. So just make sure that you are doing what you can intentionally in order to build a good habit and break a bad one. The next thing that we're going to talk about is limiting distractions. Our world nowadays is filled with distractions. They are everywhere. Everything is so constantly stimulating, pulling our attention. That's why they say attention is today's currency, is because we've got distractions everywhere we are looking. A few things that you are able to do in order to limit your distractions is 1, turn off as many notifications as you can on your phone. I'm talking from your lock screen, when it comes up on the top of your screen, the banner. I'm talking about even the badge on the icon on your phone. Turn them off. Unless there's ones that of course you need to do. Like for example, I need my text message ones on for work. Then it's on. And if your phone is on do not disturb, but there are certain people that you know you need to be able to hear from, whether it's a family member, a colleague, a boss, you can actually add them to your favorites. And then their phone calls and text messages will be the only ones that come through the do not disturb. No other notifications. All my social media, I don't get a single social media notification, and I haven't for years. I've always had those off because it's constantly trying to pull your attention away. If you are someone who is able to have your phone on do not disturb, do it. When I am in a zone that is focused work, whether it is shooting content, whether it's work on my computer, that I am able to put my do not disturb on, it is on. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to be on for hours and I'm not going to be able to contact people back and see what's going on and check in on things, because when I have my intentional breaks, then I will go and check on certain things. But when I am focused, I don't want to see these certain text messages popping up and emails popping up. It is a distraction. There is a statistic that says that it takes 25 minutes to regain focus after a distraction. 25 minutes. So if you are being constantly pulled by different distractions throughout your day, you are never really having true deep work time. It's not focused because you're constantly being pulled away and then you're trying to refocus and then you're being pulled for this and then you're trying to refocus. So limiting these distractions will help you be more productive because you're not being pulled away with your attention in all these different places. One other thing with distractions is also your environment. Now, when you look around your house, your workspace, if you work in a cubicle, if you work in a classroom, wherever you're working, if you have clutter and stacks of things and papers and this and that, it is so easy to get distracted and have your attention pulled because you're constantly looking and seeing all these things everywhere. It has actually been researched that people who have more of a cluttered space have more of a cluttered mind and have more anxiety. So in order to take away the distractions, in order to be more productive, clean your environment, clean your space. Every single night before I go to bed, I do a nighttime reset and I clean everything up. I make sure everything's straightened out, everything's ready for the next day so that when I wake up, I'm not walking through to mess and clutter and dishes and everything else. Clean your space, clean your mind, be more productive. The next thing I want to talk about when it comes to being productive is to make it fun. Now, I really do believe that a lot of people aren't productive because what they are doing every single day is boring. It's mundane. They feel like they're sleepwalking through their daily routine. When you are looking at your schedule, looking at your routine, and you're thinking about being more productive, if you find a way to make certain tasks more enjoyable, you are more likely to do them. That is one of the reasons why, for all the people who listen or are watching who are in real estate, why I swear by people finding things that they enjoy to do, passions, hobbies, people who find similar interests, and figuring out how you can meet those people to be clients. Because if you can go and meet people doing things that you're already doing, it's a lot more fun, and conversations and relationships are so much more genuinely built in that way. And it doesn't even have to be business. If you have to meal prep and you are putting it off, but you know you need to do it, figure out how you can make it more fun. Play some music, put on a cute outfit, go and make it a vibe rather than just making it feel like another mundane task, because then you're probably going to put it off. Now, something that I started doing a while ago, which helps in order to make things more enjoyable, is to act as if it's the last time you're ever going to do it. So whether this is cooking dinner, whether it's doing something for your business, whether it is taking your dog for a walk, whether it's going to the gym, no matter what it is, when you're looking at it and you're thinking, how can I make this more fun and more enjoyable? Think about, if this is the last time that I was ever going to do this, how would I act? Because I will tell you right now, you would not be going and walking your dog if you knew it was the last time you were doing it and being down and being irritated and being stressed. You would be grateful, you'd be thankful, you'd be, praising them and be happy. And it's just a different way to look at it for those mundane tasks that you have throughout your day. What if this was the last time that you were ever going to have to pick up the phone and make a phone call to a prospective client? How would that conversation go? You would take it on completely differently. So just something to think about when it comes to making things a little bit more enjoyable. The next thing that I want to talk about when it comes to actually being productive is to master discipline. This is a skill, and a skill can be learned. So if you are not a very disciplined person right now, don't worry. It is something that you can practice, and it's something that you can master. I never used to be disciplined at all. Now it's one of the things that people actually know me well for, is my discipline. If you are watching this on YouTube, then I do actually have a full video on how to be disciplined. So I will leave that link in the description below so you can watch it after this episode. But at the end of the day, discipline is doing what you know you need to do, even when you don't feel like doing it. Now, I'm sure when you think about discipline, a lot of things come to mind. It comes from, usually for people, a lot of times it comes from working out, eating well. It comes to doing certain things from your business, usually the things that actually make you the money, but you don't want to do it. But what I am talking about here for discipline is being disciplined to your schedule and with your time. Now, this is when it comes to being productive and being disciplined. It is looking at things like what needs to be in your schedule, what needs to be in your routine that you're not doing. You're procrastinating. Being disciplined is being able to say, even though I don't feel like it now, I know that it needs to be done and I'm going to do it anyway. That is what it means to be disciplined to your schedule. When you're looking at your time blocked planner and you're looking at your priorities list, even if there's something on there you don't want to do, it gets done anyway. There is a phrase that discipline is the highest form of self-love. And I genuinely believe that's true, because it's when you're able to make a promise to yourself and actually follow through on doing it. Whether it's waking up early, going to the gym, eating healthy, doing certain things for your business, going and spending time with a certain person. If you say you're going to do it, be disciplined to those things and actually get them done. When you're looking at your schedule, you're looking at your calendar, you're looking at your routine, in order for you to be productive, building that discipline will help you support that, because you're going to say what you need to do and you're actually going to follow through on it, even if you aren't feeling like it. You have to stop negotiating with yourself. If there's things that need to get done, don't ask, well, do I feel like doing it today? I don't know. No. Discipline means no matter if you feel good, you don't feel good, it gets done. Our next topic is an interesting one, and it is to stop multitasking. this is something that I think that a lot of people think, well, no, I can multitask, I can do this and do this at the same time. It's scientifically proven that multitasking is a myth. Now, it's not saying you cannot do two things at once. I can brush my teeth and read at the same time. But what it is saying is that your focus levels on those two different things are not at 100%. So if there's certain tasks like reading and brushing your teeth, if those are things that it doesn't necessarily matter that your focus is split between the two, you know, brushing your teeth, you've done it your whole life, it's fine to be able to do that because you can do it automatically. The issue comes in with multitasking and productivity is when people are working and they're also doing something else. You're working, but you're also watching TV. Or you're doing something on your computer, but you're also listening to a YouTube video or Netflix or whatever it is. You're listening to a lecture online for school, but you're also scrolling through Instagram. Your focus is split. So in order to actually be productive, it is important that you stop multitasking, focus on a single thing at a single time, get deep work in, don't get distracted, get it done, check it off, and move on to the next thing. The last thing that we're actually going to discuss is one of my favorites, and that is to outsource or automate anything you can. Now, if you're figuring out how you can actually be productive, when it comes to certain things in your calendar, there may be things that you can delegate to other people or leverage technology in order to get it done for you. There's a concept called the 80-20 rule where it says 80% of your results come from 20% of your actions. So when you are looking at your day and you're looking at your priorities and your things that you need to do, there are probably 20% of things on there that are actually going to bring you in the results, the money, whatever it is. So all of those other 80%, those are things that you want to look on how you can delegate, outsource, or automate. If you feel like you are mastering productivity, but you still need more time, then look at your mundane tasks, your everyday tasks. Cooking, hire a meal prep service. Laundry, hire a laundry service. Cleaning your house, hire house cleaners. Whatever those personal tasks are that need to get done but are taking you away from the things that actually are bringing in the results that you want to see, hire, delegate, automate, getting them done. For example, if you are spending a total of 30 minutes making your breakfast, 30 minutes making your lunch, and 30 to 45 minutes making your dinner every single day, that's over an hour and a half of your day that is spent cooking. If you total that up over a week, that's almost 10 hours you spend cooking. Now, if you think about it, how much is a meal prep service for a week? If you took those 10 hours and put them towards working on the 20% of bringing you in those results, whether it's making money or whatever it's doing, or maybe you've got a 9 to 5 and you want to have a side hustle. If you took those 10 hours and put them all into building up whatever it is that you want to do, imagine the results that you would get. That meal prep service would be worth that time that you would get back. It may even be that you want more time to spend with family. It may be you want more time to start a hobby, or maybe right now you're not going to the gym and you know that you want to begin exercising and implementing that into your day. Figure out how you can leverage time and money in other areas so that you can get your time back to spend on what you want to do. So figure out how you can leverage tools, technology, outsourcing things in order for you to actually be more productive. And there we have it. Some of my best advice on how to actually be productive and get things done. Remember that quote, "The cost of procrastination is the life you could have lived." Let that live rent free in your brain, and it will completely flip the switch on you being productive. Now remember, all of these are actionable tips, but it doesn't matter if you don't implement. So now think about your day, think about your schedule, think about your routine, and begin to implement these steps in order for you to become more productive. It's no more being lazy. It's time to get stuff done. All right, I hope you enjoyed listening. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.